Hello, my name is Charles Watson, and thank you for joining us for the second episode of my new album documentary 2020. Okay, so today we're going to unveil the second song in the album. The album is called Our Pandemic, and we're also looking for some people to give us input on the lyrics with telling us what was going on in their life before the pandemic happened. So we're going to take a quick look at the timeline. Today I have my trusty assistant with me, and may I please have the chart? Detailed on this. So we have a dot. Okay. And a line. And another dot. Okay. That will be the beginning and the end of the pandemic. Maybe we should just erase that dot.
We need an end.
We need an end. Okay. All right. So, the song we did last time in the documentary, and remember, this is for us to document us writing the album and for us to look back on, but also for sharing it and having participation too. So, the song we did last time was going to be the intro to the album, and the song is probably going to be called The Conception. So how it was conceived, we don't know. Was it in a wet market? Was it in a lab? Did somebody drop a vial and go, oh crap? So we'll figure that part out. We're like the detectives in this mystery, basically. So that is where we're starting. That was the song that we came up with last time that will be refined and finished. Next, where we're at with this album right now is the very next song, which is going to be what was going on in our daily lives before any of this hit, okay? So that's going to be there. So the song is titled Consuming Metropolis.
If you say the names of the songs on the album in order, they should tell the story of the pandemic.
The conception of the virus, consuming metropolis, okay? But really, the feel and the idea to this song is, where were you before the pandemic happened in your life? Before work slowed down, before any of it was going on? Everybody was trucking hard. I was in a career, I was making things happen, and the wheel was turning. So this song is supposed to have kind of the feel of like the days that were, okay? So
I was struggling putting the marker on the side of the whiteboard.
Really, some people may have not been doing great before the pandemic hit. Maybe it wasn't the great old days. Maybe it was they were struggling too. So whatever your story is, I want to know what happened with you before the pandemic hit. Was things going great? Were they not? Whatever's going on, we'd like to hear from you. And the content from your stuff will be used to help make the lyrics. So in what you write, if you have a specific line, we might use that actual line in the lyrics. So just know you'll lose the copyrights to it. We'll say that you're giving us your poetry or your words or your story to help us make our lyrics. And we really would like you guys to do that. And what you can do is you can message me on my Facebook and message me straight on there, and we'll be able to take that and use for content, okay? So let's talk a little bit about what else is going to be in the album, and let's try to outline how far we are now. So we have before the pandemic hit, and then I think the next thing we were going to say was the quarantine. That's when the big quarantine happened. That involves a lot of different things, okay? That involves homeschooling and everything else. I forgot who said it, but a famous guy said that he loved writing lyrics because it was a chance to write bad poetry. But quarantine, so we went to the quarantine after that, and that's going to be the next song on the album. And then
We need a bigger whiteboard.
we need a bigger whiteboard.
That's what the next song is called.
So this is going to be, I think, the riots.
We need a couple other songs in between there too. Otherwise,
Well, this is just going to be the first part, right? We would need to extend this because This is only the first quarter of it here. This will keep going. So I think I'll erase your dot again. So we got the riots, and this can involve a lot of the different things. If you could list different ideas of what's happening in the riots, quarantine, what was going on in your daily lives, those are the kind of things we're going to use for the content for the music. So, you know, we also were talking, and I was talking to a couple people. You know, this is where we're at. This is where we're at in the album. Draw a big arrow right there. Okay, now it's more clear. Okay. All right.
Right here.
That's in the album, but today we're right here. So draw a big question mark right there. So what happens next is not only figured out in the album, but this is about where we're at with what everything's going on. You could say this is going to be the election. You could say this is going to be a lot of different things.
Stimulus check that you're waiting for right now.
There you go. So hopefully something positive happens out of this. You know, I was talking to Kim and some other people, like I was saying before, that you know, the political ads on the TV are quite a comedy show. You know, they have actors pretending to be people and everything, whatever side you might be. But you know, if
we don't care,
right? But if we were, if this was going to be a job interview, and it was, you know, to be president or a political ad, you know, it'd be kind of like this. I'd walk into the office and I'm going to get a job with Josh, and I say, "Hello, I'm here to apply for the job."
You want a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, I do a lot, but just let me tell you, the guy that applied for the job before me is a real son of a bitch. He cheats on his wife, okay? He doesn't pay his taxes, and let me tell you, he's racist. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Basically, we're just downing on the other person, and the ads are negative and they're hilarious. So, you know, to believe it is almost a comedy show in itself. So hopefully we can hear what's good about everybody instead of what's bad. So, and that goes for your neighbor. So we're gonna try to play this song here, okay? And this is a rough version of the song. The drums and the backing tracks are just to get us started and to start formatting the song so that we can try to make something coherent out of it, which I think you will. We're getting there on it. There's going to be new drums, there's going to be strings and a lot of other elements to it, but today it starts with this song, and we're going to try to play through it the best we can here and maybe work out a few parts as we do it. So give me 1 second, we're going to get going. So I'm going to start this back, and then we'll hear it count in. Here we go. killer, bro.
We pulled that off.
You pulled it out nicely.
Really not.
So,
nice.
scratch ideas, but that's the song. We're going to refine it and do a lot of stuff to it. And I'm excited for you guys to hear it. I'm excited to hear it. Thank you for joining us for this episode of my new album, Documentary 2020. And we look forward to doing the next one. We might play a little bit of this song as well next time and keep continuing it as a cycle. But I had one last thing I wanted to share with you guys that I thought was kind of interesting. So our life is a song. And I'll show you at the end what it looks like on the computer. But if you think of it this way too, once again, here's our starting point. And then we have a line. And then another dot. So this is when we were born. This dot is when we die. So this is your life, is this line. It's your lifeline. But, you know, life never goes in a straight line, would you say? I would say so. Whatever you might think is your ups or your downs in your life, we could say when you're happy, when you're sad, when things happen. You got ups and downs, so your life starts here, but life's more like this, right? It's like there's all these ups and downs and all this stuff going on. Big ones and little ones and all this stuff, all the way up to there. And so
Your life graphed out.
it looks like a sound wave. Let me take you over here to the computer. So here is a waveform that happens when you are recording music, and I'm just gonna zoom this in. But this is what a waveform looks like close up. Now, some people don't actually know what I'm talking about when I say a wave, but when you put a song digital, it turns into a wave, and there's your ups and downs. And so you spread it out, shorten it, but in whole, that's what it looks like. So just remember, our lives are a song, and try to stay as close to happy as you can. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.